Everyone talks about the gap on your resume, but who talks about the gap in your identity? What about the guilt of leaving your child behind with a caregiver or at crash? The confidence crash that no one warns you about. And while the world keeps saying, it's okay, you took a break, no one really talks about what it feels like. No one talks about the hidden challenges that comes with it. So today I'm going to say and share all the things we usually whisper to ourselves or don't say at all. Because if you have taken a career break, you already know it's not just about work, it's about your heart, your identity, and your sanity. So I'm not holding back. I'm going to share things only a woman who's been through a break understand because I have lived it too and faced things no job description ever mentions. Hello, I'm Shweta, HR by profession and your career breakthrough strategist. Also, wife, mom of two daughters, and proud survivor of multiple messy, emotional, and very human career breaks. I'm sharing 7 challenges I have faced. There are many, but let's discuss 7 challenges and how I messed each one up and exactly what you can do instead. Let's discuss. Many women don't take a break because they want to, but they take a break because they have to. Reasons can be many. It can be aging parents or postpartum anxiety, health issues can be there, and yes, maternity. But what the world sees, she took a break. Now, let me take you back to 2011. So, I was freshly married, shifted from Chandigarh to Bhiwadi, place where barely any IT companies. At that time, there were no public transport and definitely no comfort zone. It's changed a lot now. After marriage, I was like looking for job and I thought within few weeks I'll restart. So I started applying for job. I even gave a few interviews and I was hoping for the result. But the result was positive. Positive. I mean, life had other plans. I found out that I was pregnant. And suddenly, everything paused, everything changed. My body was changing, my energy level was changing, and my priorities were changing. Not only that, my confidence that also started changing. So I didn't plan to take a break, I just slipped into it while trying to figure out how to be a wife, a grown up, and a mother to be all at once. So I logged my laptop and convinced myself that I'll think about work later. Days turned into weeks. I didn't reach out to any contacts because I was busy with my life. I was very active on LinkedIn. Suddenly, I become very inactive. No posts, no updates on LinkedIn. And no replies to single recruiter even. Whatever emails I was getting, no reply. As a result, I lost the weeks of momentum as it was not my priority. And it's okay, right? So, as per the phase of our life, we have to choose our priorities. And I wish that someone told me back then that it's okay to pause. It's perfectly fine to pause, but if you want to restart in future, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, don't disconnect completely. Now, what do I mean by this disconnection? It's not that you will apply for the jobs at that time. How can you stay connected? Just take out 10 minutes, read something about your industry, and keep learning something. Like you can take out at least 10 minutes. Yeah, we feel that yes, we are very busy, will not be able to take out. But again, priority, right? So if we take out 10 minutes and keep learning something, any tutorial, any article, any new thing to upgrade yourself, and that you can consume over your chai or any time when you have that me time. We need to be connected to the world and connected to ourselves. That is very important. Nobody talks about how hard it is to leave your child behind. Or maybe I was not in touch with those working women. And there's no one to prepare you for how emotionally messy it is to return. Should I focus on my child instead? See, all those thoughts will be there, popping up in your mind. And then there will be a judgment that will they think I'm a bad mom if I chase my dreams? Nobody has prepared us for. And then the sinking feeling when your child cries as you walk out of the door and the silent tear you wipe in the cab that's there. What can be done in this case? We can start small, right? Some freelancing work, some remote work, some part time gigs. I did that during my second pregnancy, second restart. I started small. Also, we need to have those gentle boundaries. That is, if I'm doing something, if I'm working, definitely it's for them. Very important to build a support system early, even before you start the job hunt. What you can do some dry runs, practice stepping up so that, see, the complete system has changed. You were at home, so the functioning of the home that's changed, right? You have been a part 24 into 7 of that system. Now, in order to change that system, there will be some changes in how it will function. So you should do that dry run, or you should observe it before you start the job hunt, that how it will be if I'm not in that system for these many hours. You don't have to be guilty. No, no, no. Give yourself that grace, not guilt. Talking of guilt, we are built in a way that will have a guilt anyways. So if we leave the child at home, or if we start working, or if we are at home, let's say I from the HR manager, hmm, my identity shifted to someone's wife, someone's mom. Perfectly fine, but slowly you lose that identity of yours. So I used to ask myself, who am I now? The world also stopped asking, what do you do? And we also stop answering about what actually we do. So there is this identity shift. So I remember introducing myself at like events or gatherings or meetups, saying just I'm just at home these days. Fine, but I also felt invisible. Not initially, yes, because priorities were different, but when things started getting settled, I started feeling invisible because I was always working. I felt broke sometimes from inside. So internally, I began to believe that because I wasn't at, I would lose all of me. I thought that I have erased that old Shweta because there were no networking, no skill building, no sense of purpose. Beyond, yeah, being a mother, being a wife, cooking, cleaning. It took months of soul searching to realize that losing my identity was my own doing by letting all those external voices define my worth. So if you are on a break and you are letting others' opinion affect you, then That should not be there. So what can be done? So you have to pose yourself as a professional, right? So don't wait for that. You once you'll get hired, then you will show your professional identity. You have that professional identity, you have worked somewhere. Start sharing your knowledge, what you can do. Can you teach something that you know? Can you volunteer somewhere? Can you consult? Can you create some content over it? Also, reminding yourself again and again that what you have done before. So, keeping a journal that can help. Your identity is not restricted to your job, it's quite wild, vast, but your dreams still matter. Whatever reason you have to restart, your dreams matter. You have to convince yourself about that. Others will be convinced. First, convince yourself, right? And the judgments from the world, you also judge yourself. Still not working from the world, from the recruiters, a career gap, and from myself or yourself. Maybe I have lost it. Maybe I'm not worth hiring anymore. It hurts more when the voice inside your head join the people outside. That is something to be avoided. You need not to join the outside voice. You need to take charge of it. You need to rewrite your story. Your priorities will be different at different stage of life. I chose to prioritize caregiving. It's not my weakness. And now I am ready for my next chapter. You can practice this. That this is something which I prioritize, but now I'm ready for the next chapter. So you need to practice this until it feels powerful and it goes down to each and every cell of yours. Because see, we talk about confidence, but confidence doesn't come before, right? It comes through the action. And this is the first action that you can take, rewriting your story and telling yourself that it's perfectly fine and it will be reflected everywhere, every stage of the process, job hunting process, restart process, and in your personal life as well, because you will be more fulfilled in that manner. When the world moves on without you, fear of those outdated skills. You know you are good, but your skills feel rusty. Acronyms I didn't understood, technologies I've never heard of. It felt like the entire corporate world took a flight and I was still at the station, the airport. And you're like, what language is this? I've been there. It felt like I was outdated, I was not smart enough when I thought to restart. And there was this screening round, the first round, and the recruiter was talking about it was related to a recruitment position. And see, the IT technologies, it changes quickly, and so many new things are new technologies are introduced. So all that I was recruiting for, those were not that popular when I thought to restart, and there were new technologies that has evolved. So while I walked into the interview and kept hearing FT, FT, and see, it's such a basic thing, but at that time, it was like another language. I don't know what it is, what all I have missed. So it felt like that I am stuck on Windows 98 while everyone else had the latest smartphone. Oh God, you know that feeling. So I wasn't just outdated, I felt irrelevant. What you can do instead? Take out some time for you, 30 minutes, three times a week, like 10 minutes. Look for some YouTube tutorial. You feel that, yes, this is something that will help me. One tool, one term, whatever is related to your field. Create a cheat sheet of all those acronyms. So I did that and I reviewed it before the calls. It was not difficult, but I was not using it, right? So I could have asked during that interview that what exactly is FT. Yeah, I like it was sure that I will get that rejection, but that's what happened anyways, right? So if you ask something during an interview, it shows that yes, you are willing to learn and it will help you in the next. It's really so it's not a weakness. Then we also face the readiness struggle. What is that? So my child turned 1 year and I started searching for the job. And it's been 2 months and I got the job offer. And they asked me to join immediately from tomorrow. But I was not prepared. I hadn't visited even one crèche, the daycare. And the night before that, yeah, I still remember that tomorrow is my joining, and we were searching for a crèche so that I can start my job. You can just imagine scenario and how I was feeling. And next day, my child was in that crèche, and she was not familiar with it. I was totally distracted and half terrified also that how is she spending her day. So this is a mistake, a great mistake. Because I was not sure that I'll get a call and they'll ask me to join tomorrow. So what can be done? That we should start, as we have discussed before, we should start looking for the arrangement that what and how things will be managed if you're not in the system. I was very happy that I am starting my job, but at the same time, I was terrified, and that joyful milestone it turned into let's say trauma, but it was not that joyful because every time that was popping up in my mind that how is she the crash which was totally new experience for me and for her as well. Very important to have a support system, childcare option, like whether you want a full-time nanny or there will be a crash or and who will pick up. So all these things needs to be managed before. So trial run, dry run, as we discussed, we can do that. While you have not started working, you can start living your child for some time so that the child is also habitual now. Then you are also comfortable and you can focus totally on your work. That's important. Women think that we are a superwoman. So that superwoman burnout. I also thought that I was being very strong. I thought that, yes, I'm so perfect. I'll be managing it all. And what was the reality? I was burning out silently. I would return home by 8:30 p.m. or so. Then I'll cook, then I'll clean, I will take care of my daughter. And sometimes I was washing my clothes at 1 a.m. No help, no housemaid, because that is what I've seen that you have to do it all alone. No one to share the load. And I equated that if I ask for help, that will be a weakness, that I cannot do it all. I thought that I have to prove it, that I can handle it all. So I said, I'm fine. I'm fine. And yet I never asked for help because I wore that Superwoman patch with pride. But strength doesn't mean self sacrifice. And burnout, that is never a badge of honor. So it was my own refusal to set those boundaries and to admit that I needed support. And remember, asking for help isn't weakness, it's your wisdom. I Now the mothers, yes, they are quite wise in that way. So outsourcing the load doesn't mean that you are less of a mom or a wife. Boundaries that will save you. I learned the hard way. And now I know that all these hacks are not magic, but it gave me this purpose. And the Career Breakthrough Network that I've created is a space that is safe for women like you and me. And it's free to join. And I have put 10 powerful videos, and it will help you to get restarted with your career restart journey. And you'll get free access to Career Breakthrough Network membership. So if you're on a break right now, I see you. You're
She's
not
bold,
lazy.
she's
You're
fierce, she
not
tries to be
irrelevant.
rude,
You are
but
not
it's no
behind.
doubt just
You are
how is it
human.
true? From
Share
break
this
to
with
break,
another
she
woman
owns the
who's
scene,
on a
she
break.
stands
She
tall,
needs
she
to hear
leads
this.
like a
And
queen,
hey,
her spirit
if you are
unyielding, her
ready
heart on
for
fire with
one breakthrough
every
at a
step she
time,
climbs
hit that
higher,
subscribe
higher, no
button.
storm can
If you
shake her,
relate
no
to
winds
any
too
part of
strong,
my
she's a
journey,
force of
comment your
nature
struggle so
far
we all might have
beyond.
different struggles.
Rising
And just know
again,
this,
watch her
you are not alone. And
soar.
this break, it can
Strength in
become
her
your
stride,
breakthrough.
she takes
One
no
step at a time. See you in the next video.
score. With grace she moves, no fear to fail.